Hi guys, good morning and good afternoon. Ever since I commented on the Twitter space, a lot of people have been sending me message on how do I go about it, what do I do, how do I do it. I'm so sorry I could not reply to all of your messages. Being a graduate student, it's really let me say tiring and it's stressful, and then I'm just starting up, so I have assignments, exams and everything. So if I'm to like start replying all those messages one after the other, it's definitely going to take a while. It's and So I will just like put everything here to help people the way I can. Yes, I graduated from University of Ilorin with 2 like second class lower. That's like 3.03 on a scale of 5. That is what I graduated with. Then I started this um my grad school journey in 2019. I started with processing Canada. I was looking into like getting admission to Canada universities, and then it was a jackpot story for me then because I could not get a job. I wanted to go into agriculture, but my mom never allowed me to go into agriculture. So I was just there and I was like, okay, let me just go to school then. Let me go for my master's in Canada and let's see. I started with University of Saskatchewan. Then I had no information on how to go about admission processes. So I started following people like Linda EMA. Yeah, Linda EMA. I started following her. Sometimes she do this kind of things that you have to pay to attend her classes. I don't have money to pay to attend her classes. So what I do is that I just go on her Instagram page to check about the little one she was posting that was free for everybody. I will look at it, then I will go online to search for things I can try to like look for online also on that. So then at some point I got hired in 2020. So I got hired because it was not going through. Then I started my agriculture business. When I started my agriculture, I was focused basically on that. And then it was during one of working with farmers that I found out that I needed more knowledge and in plant pathology, because plant is like of one of the major problems in agricultural sectors in Nigeria. And if I want to gain more knowledge, definitely I don't want to like have this knowledge in Nigeria. I want to go outside the country to learn so that I can like bring it in back home, right? So I started this journey again. No, before I started this journey, I try to reach out to people if it's possible. A lot of people see my posts because I'm really an active person on LinkedIn and everything. People see my posts, I'm like, guy, you should apply for your graduate school. Then when I tell them that I graduated with tutu, a lot of people are like, oh no, maybe you should look for Nigerian schools. But when I set my mind to do something, I really go a long miles to get it done. Then I have someone who really helped me. He was pushing me like, Faye, you can just do this. Just try to send mails to professors, and then that was when I started sending mails in 2020. Was it 2020 that I started sending mails? Yeah, I started again in 2020. I started sending mails to different professors, and this is what I do. The first thing as a tutu student is that I believe that I can't apply for scholarship like Erasmus scholarship, Commonwealth scholarship, all those government scholarship. I really can apply to them because I got away with tutu. And I have to be sincere with you, grades really matter a lot. When you graduate with tutu, you are really limited in what you can apply to. So I would be deceiving myself if I try applying to Commonwealth scholarship because I got it with tutu, and then somebody with first class, somebody with second class upper will be applying to this same scholarship. So for every scholarship out there, I don't apply to it because I know it's like the competition is so big and I don't want to go into that kind of competition. So then I look for on advertised funding. If you follow Linda Amen, Linda Amen will be like, oh, we have thousands of scholarship the schools does not announce. That's true. And then a lot of, how do I put, a lot of like things are there out there online. So what I do is that, because I have no mentor, you have to get this right. I have no mentor, like, but somebody that was giving me food to eat, like, okay, Faye, go do like this, do like this. There was nobody there to help me. So what I did was, I looked for schools, the best schools in agriculture that I want to go for, because I wanted to go for agriculture and plant pathology. So I would look for the best schools in that course of study. Then one beautiful thing I found out is that you don't even need to ask people like, how do I go about it? These people are ready to like respond immediately. Like, if you send a graduate coordinator an email today, they will reply you the next minute. So fight is during the working hours. They will reply you the next minute. So I went to each of these websites one after the other and try to look at the requirements, what they need to get admission. A lot of school will tell you 3.0 on a scale of 4.0. When I see that, I'm like, okay, no. This is not for me. But yet, I don't take it out. It's 3.0 on a scale of 4.0. Then I went to, is it Cora or Kota? I don't know. There's this website I always kind of look for questions like, having 2.5 on a scale of 5, does that mean I can't get admission or into the US school? And I found out that there was somebody that actually did that gain admission, and that was what I need. I only need one person. Even if I don't need one person, I just need like a push, and that's what I need. So when I saw that, I know I had a low grade, so I tried to like, okay, look for how I can go about this. Then I look for other requirements of grad school that really can help me. Talking about research experience, I wouldn't lie. I have a low grade, but I have a research experience. My publication is published. I have a published publication. And then after school, I was not just sitting down. Like, I was actively involved in agriculture because that was what I want to go for. And that's the main reason I was going for it. So, like, I might have a low grade, but I have experience. And I think the experience really speaks well for me. So then let me move to me going into reaching out to professors. So the first thing I did, like, I bring down my set to schools I want to apply to, look for schools I want to apply to. And when I get the schools I want to apply to, I try to, like, going into the websites, Plant Pathology, Agronomy, one after the other, to check for professors working in that line of study, what I want to go for. So when I say professor working in that line, I look at the research, then I write a mail to them, like a cold mail to them about my interest in their lab, and I would like to work in the lab. And then note, because I have to I don't start with, I am a second class lower student. No, I don't start with that. When I send message a code mail to them, I try to like dwell on what I have rather than what I don't have. I think I had a Twitter post that talked about that, dwelling on what you have rather than what you don't have. Yes, I have a low grade. I know that. I can't go back to school again and change it. That is me. Like, that's my low grade already. So the best thing is what I have now is what I can fight over. Then I found out that my 300 level and 400 level was one of the best results I ever had in schools. Like, I really passed through in my last 2 years of study. So most times when I write a cover letter, I'll tell them that I have over 70% in my last 2 years of study. My 100 level and 200 level really like destroyed the whole thing. But 300 and 400 level is something to talk about. My research work is really something to talk about. My CWES experience is really something to talk about. What I'm doing presently now is really a very good point to talk about. So these were the code mails I was sending to professors. And I will tell you, I send about 10, 15 per day. Then I have a jotter to keep account of what I'm sending. I don't send mails to professors and forget about it. When I send mails to professors, I don't get a reply. After 2 weeks, I send a reminder back to them. Then I got a lot of response. I was getting a lot of response, and I found out that there was just few professors really concerned about my grade. A lot of them were like, oh, I'm sorry, I've retired, I'm sorry, I don't have funding, I'm sorry, I just taking students. And just like, let me say, two really talked about the fact that, oh, I'm sorry, I can't take you in because you have a low grade. And then I was asking the professor, okay, you can't take me in because I have a low grade. Can I go for masters? That was a PhD. That was a PhD course I was trying to go for. I'm like, can I go for master? Like, having to you are trying to go for a PhD because that's just me. So I was like, okay, can I go for a master's, and then I'll take some courses on undergraduate if you feel like I have to just take it to cover up for my low grade. I'm ready to take that. But she was like, oh no, something like that. So it's just not writing code maze, drafting a code maze from someone and writing it like that. I was really intentional about it. When I look at their research, I make sure it's something similar to what I really want. Maybe because I know what I want, so it was like I was just going for what I want. That's it. So if you had to talk class, don't let that take the mind of getting. It's just about knowing what you want and going for it. Like writing your code mails in a way that shows your strengths. Be sure that you're not the one sending the code mails to the professor. And the main reason why you're sending the code mails is for you to get an RA, like a research assistantship or a teaching assistantship with the professor. Because once you get that assistantship with the professor, then the research will fund your tuition and can cover your stipends. Because that's just the best way to go about it. I can't go for Erasmus class, notice that. So that's just the best thing. It's more like you are in school and you're also working for the professor on the research. So like work and study. Basically, that's what assistantship is. So basically, that's what people should look at into, because talking about research, and that's why there is a lot when it comes to STEM. Like there's a lot of research ongoing in STEM, and some of those lecturers will not even come out to tell you that they are looking for students. Few come, and when they post it out that they are looking for students, be sure that the competition is high, because it is not only you that will send the code mail. It is not only you that will send the cover letter. It is not just you. Everybody saying that post is definitely going to send that. So for one position, 6,000 people might send code mail. So like it's so slim. So it's really, really best when you shoot your shots with no advertisements. Yeah, it really, really helps when you shoot your shot with no advert. And I will tell you that the code mails that eventually got me my funding was not just the regular code mails that I was sending. Yeah, because I know I wanted to go to the university that I have chosen in the US, and then I applied directly to the school. Even though I have not gotten a response back from the professor, it was only one university I applied to. I did not apply to. I was sending code mails, but it was just one university, because it was that university that I was sure of that I want to go to. Even though if the university does not take me in my first year of applying, I've kept another money. Like I've kept another 35,000 naira for another application fee for next year. It's good to widen up, but that's just me because of my passion and my interest and why I'm going for the course. So I applied. And when I applied, I'll tell you, I did not submit the best SOP. Yes, I did not submit the SOP, but I will say that my SOP was full of passion, because it was not like the copy and paste SOP. Okay, I started from I've always wanted to be. It wasn't an emotional SOP. It's not like an emotional blackmail of SOP. Like, I'm sorry, I really can't. I would have loved to share my SOP, but I can't find it because after I tried to apply to a lot of scholarship, like CEFLAS. Yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna get it, but I was just trying to, like, okay, since I have experience and everything, then maybe my grade will not really mean a lot. So I was trying to apply to other things like that. So I really didn't have that SOP. But for my SOP, I remember writing about my experience on the farm, and yeah, that's true. I had an experience on the farm, and when all of my plants wiped off. I have an experience where farmers will call me for me to diagnose plant disease for them. And I'll be like, this is not even the right way to do it. I want to do it in a right and professional way. Like, we all have a story to tell. Like, the power of your story means a lot. And this is not like emotional blackmail story. Like, it's a passion story. When you're able to tell your story, it really, really means a lot. And also, please, you have to keep account of how you are sending the mails to people. When you send mail to people, like, be ready to keep like follow it up. Don't just send the mail and that's all. So people be like, oh, I sent 15 mails, I did not get a reply. When you send 15 mails, you did not get a reply, then you should send a reminder to them. Or maybe the way you send the mails, something is wrong with it. Sometimes these lecturers are really, really so, these professors are really, really so busy that they just ignore all those mails like that. I've seen a situation whereby a friend sent mails to Professor 1 and sent mails to Professor 2. And Professor 1 was like, oh, I know you sent the same mail to Professor 2. So this is just like a random mail to everybody. Like, it's so easy to like get it like that way. But when you are so like passionate about it like that, you try to know what the professor is doing and why you want to join the research and the lab. And I'll tell you, getting a professor first hand is the best way for you to get funding a lot. Yeah, Erasmus is good, but this is for somebody with tutu, somebody with HND, somebody with third class. You can actually get that funds. You can actually get that. One thing I want to say is that I want to make this short. It's getting longer. I'm sorry. I have to. Okay. One thing is that be sure to know the requirements of each schools you are going for. It is really important. When you pick a school, know their requirements. A lot of schools, for example, being in Nigeria, you don't even need IELTS. Yes, you don't need IELTS because our primary language is English. There was a school I was chatting with them, they're like, you need an IELTS. I was like, sorry, my primary language is English, and my 4 years university was taught in English. I sent them my proof of proficiency in English because I got it from school. I sent it to the school like that. Like, these people, it's easier to communicate with them. Just tell them instead of asking, how do you do it? How can I do it? Look for schools. Look for the requirement the schools need. Then don't forget to look for funding because you don't want to you don't want to pay your tuition. That's an huge one. Look for the mode of funding. If you need to contact professors, contact professors. If you don't need to contact professor, contact the grad code. Ask them, I'm not doing GRE, I'm not doing IELTS, I have a third class, this is my grade. Do you think I will gain admission into your university? They might not be able to give you the right answer, but what they will tell you is like, they will give you like a clue, like, yes, you can. During the process of me getting admission, there was a time I sent my statement to a professor. I was not even asking him that I want to work in his lab because I know I was not working in his lab. Like he said, he doesn't have funds like that. I asked him, could you please help me review my applications and say, do you think I stand a chance? And he did. He went there to check and he came back and I was like, oh, your application is all good. Then that just gave me like, this man didn't even talk about my grade. Like, the application is just all good. That's what he said. Then I feel like, okay, now I'm good to go. So I feel like you should not restrict yourself. Just like, everything is online. Don't wait for somebody to say, how do I go about it? Everything is online. Search on Google the schools in the course you want to do. Look for the requirements and send an email to the grad coordinator. Ask the grad coordinator questions. You can, like, it's quite different, but these people are ready to answer. Ask the grad coordinator every damn question. Ask him, do you think I can get admission? Do you think this grade is low? They will answer you. But the first thing is, make your findings and research. It really goes a long way. Make your findings and research. Then actively involved in whatever you are going for, especially those with second class, lower, third class, I think you should like have another thing doing apart from grade, like to prove that okay, yes, I had a low grade in school, but that doesn't mean that I can't do well. Yeah, it really makes sense. Like you have a low grade does should not like define the fact that you can't do anything well. I had a low grade, but yet I was actively involved in agriculture. I worked directly with farmers, and I even have my own company of my own, which is an agri-food tech. So this is something I was channeling my energy to while I was like looking for responses from professors. When I get a lot of responses, I send about 15 per day. That's how I send. And for each time I send, I don't repeat the same cover letter or the same code emails to them. I do not repeat. Like each email is specific to the professor and what I want to do. Like there's no way you can send one emails to all schools, even if I writing one SOP cannot be for all schools. And yet, so my reference letter, I was like intention about my reference letter because I found that there are one two strong things that really matters a lot in your applications: your SOP, your reference letter. Be sure that your reference letter is somebody that is ready and that can really talk well about you. So when I was picking some people to write my reference letter to me, I make sure I pick like my supervisor is into molecular biology. I pick my level advisor because he's into plant pathology and I wanted to study plant pathology. So, and I picked another man. He's not into academic, but he works in a research institute. Like these are like I was really so specific about my reference letter, and how they were. I applied to one schools. Yes, I had to too. I applied to one schools. No GRE, no IELTS, and I got funding of over 60K. Yeah, in it. So it's just about you not waiting for somebody to like put you through. Like you don't have to be like all these things are online. Just follow the right people. Dr. Louis Y is there on Twitter. You can actually follow him. He posts some things. That's why cover letters. That's why cover letters does not mean you should go there and copy what he writes word for word. Like it gives you like her how do I put it? It gives you this God I don't know, but it helps you to write your emails in the right format. It helps you to write your SOP in the right form. You can follow Dr. Linda AM. These people don't even know that I follow them. Yeah, I do follow them. I do not comment. But sometimes just the people like to guide you, and then a lot of people are busy with their day-to-day life. That is just it. But sometimes you don't even need one-on-one section with them. Like you just have to know what they are posting. Just try to look at it that okay, this is it. Let me change this thing in my cover letter. Okay, this is it. Let me change this in my CV. My CV should be good. All these things my CV I wrote it myself. Like it wasn't like the normal academic CV. I don't say you should do like that also. But it wasn't the academic CV. But make sure that every that experience I have in my life that is like the every time experience that correlates with what I was applying for is packed in my CV because I know I had a low grade, so I need another things to like speak for me, and that's what really helped me. Yeah, that's really what helped me. So I hope this videos really help. I'm not sure if it's help. Wow, I hope it should really help people like on how you can go about it. I'm not sure if I really talk well, but this should help, right? So please and thank you very much, and guys, you can make it. And yes, don't give up. That's one thing. Don't give up. You're going to get a lot of rejections. You're going to get a lot of I'm sorry, I don't have fun, I'm sorry, I've retired, and no replies. But yet do not give up because that is just it. When you are tired, stop for a while. Stop for a while. Stop for weeks. Stop for like a month. Then come back to it again. Yes, it's not like you have to stop, think of another thing, and then come back again. It will really help when you do such a thing. Yes, I hope this will really help you. But do not give up. That is just it. Do not give up. Do not give up. Thank you, and Yeah, this is my YouTube channel. I'm not really consistent with this YouTube channel, but you can please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. And I'm sorry, my hair.